How to fix anti-cheat violation error in Rocket League. Welcome back to Teknobalta. During our recent deep dive diagnostics into Rocket League's infrastructure, we noticed a severe spike in matchmaking restrictions caused by a persistent anti-cheat violation error. Our technical team immediately began investigating the Epic Online Services framework to understand why innocent players are receiving unwarranted 5-minute bans. We discovered that this issue primarily stems from background process conflicts, triggering false positives within the game's security layer. After exhaustive testing in our labs, we have compiled the definitive guide to resolving this error permanently. Let us dive into the comprehensive solutions our team has verified to get you back onto the field. Our testing showed that other aggressive kernel-level anti-cheats can conflict heavily with Rocket League. You must completely close the Vanguard system tray icon and terminate all Riot client processes via Task Manager. This prevents overlapping security protocols from flagging each other as malicious software. During our investigation, we identified BakkesMod as a primary trigger for this specific violation. While it is generally safe, outdated versions or corrupt injection hooks will fail the anti-cheat integrity check. We recommend completely disabling BakkesMod and ensuring its background executable is closed before launching the game. Hardware monitoring overlays like MSI Afterburner and Riva Tuner statistics server manipulate rendering pipelines, which often mimics cheat software behavior. Teknobalta's analysis revealed that disabling these overlays instantly resolves the false positive detection. Close these applications entirely from your system tray to ensure maximum compatibility. Corrupted executable files or missing Epic Online Services libraries will inherently cause the anti-cheat validation to fail. Navigate to your Steam or Epic Games library, right-click Rocket League, and initiate the file verification process. Our diagnostics confirm this replaces any tampered or missing security modules automatically. We discovered an interesting quirk where launching the game from desktop shortcuts bypasses necessary client-side authentication handshakes. You must launch Rocket League directly by clicking the Start button inside the Epic Games Store or Steam client. This ensures the anti-cheat service initializes simultaneously with the game engine. Deep packet inspection tools and routing software like Goodbye DPI or commercial virtual private networks interfere with the game's connection to authentication servers. Our network engineers strongly advise disabling all custom routing applications. A direct, unfiltered connection to the matchmaking servers is required for anti-cheat validation. Proprietary motherboard software, particularly Asus Armory Crate, often runs intrusive background services that interact with game memory. We verified that terminating these specific manufacturer processes drastically reduces the chance of a violation error. Use Windows Task Manager to end any hardware control applications temporarily. Peripherals software capable of running complex macros can be flagged by Epic Online Services as unfair advantage tools. If you use software designed for specialized mice and keyboards, ensure no active macros are bound to your game profiles. Suspending these background services entirely during gameplay provides an additional layer of safety. The core of the problem often lies within a corrupted installation of the Epic Online Services component itself. You need to navigate to your Epic Games folder in ProgramData and run the dedicated installer application to perform a clean repair. Our lab tests show this rebuilds the anti-cheat registry keys correctly. Without sufficient administrative rights, the game client cannot read or write the necessary security certificates during launch. Right-click your respective launcher platform and select Run as Administrator before starting Rocket League. This grants the anti-cheat engine the elevated permissions it needs to scan your system environment. Stale cache files located in your Documents folder can harbor corrupted session data that confuses the anti-cheat handshake. Navigate to your documents, open the My Games folder, find Rocket League, and delete the cache directory entirely. The game will generate fresh, uncorrupted files upon your next successful launch. To definitively isolate third-party software interference, our technicians recommend performing a clean boot in Windows. Open the System Configuration tool, hide all Microsoft services, and disable all remaining startup items before restarting your machine. This guarantees a sterile operating system environment for the engine to initialize. Overzealous security software like Windows Defender can sometimes quarantine critical game files, leading to immediate validation failures. You must manually add the entire Rocket League installation folder and the Epic Online Services directory to your antivirus exclusion list. This stops background, real-time protection scans from interrupting the game's memory execution. Secure socket layer certificates used by Epic servers require your local machine's clock to be perfectly synchronized with global time servers. Right-click your taskbar clock, select Adjust Date and Time, and force a manual synchronization. An incorrect system clock will instantly reject the anti-cheat connection token. Underlying corruption in the Windows operating system can prevent security drivers from loading properly. Open an elevated command prompt and execute the System File Checker command to repair corrupted core components. Our system administrators confirmed this resolves issues where the anti-cheat fails to hook into the Windows kernel. Lingering network cache can misdirect the anti-cheat authentication packets to outdated server addresses. Open command prompt as an administrator and execute the flush command to clear your network resolver cache. Follow this up with a system restart to establish a clean routing path. Outdated graphics drivers sometimes utilize obsolete rendering hooks that modern anti-cheat engines flag as suspicious. Perform a clean installation of the latest display drivers to ensure complete compliance with current application programming interfaces. This eliminates another potential variable in the false positive detection matrix. A highly effective bypass for stubborn file corruption is manually deleting the main game executable file from its installation folder. After deleting the application file, run the Verify Integrity tool in your launcher to force a fresh download of only the core engine. This bypasses the need for a massive full game redownload. Missing critical security updates from Microsoft can leave your system without the necessary root certificates required by Epic Games. Navigate to Windows Settings and install any pending cumulative updates or optional driver updates. Maintaining a fully updated operating system is vital for anti-cheat compatibility. If all targeted interventions fail, the only remaining logical step is a complete sanitization of the game files. Uninstall Rocket League. Manually delete any remaining folders in your program files and documents, and initiate a clean installation. Teknobalta guarantees that this brute force method will eliminate any deeply ingrained file corruption. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.